could see a ban. Depending on the map, I could definitely see them banning that out.
Well, the map has been chosen. And we're going to Infernal Shrines. Zealots elect to have first pick. Granite Gaming choosing the battleground. Samuro is a hero on this battleground that could work, but it feels like it might be a bit of a stretch, especially with the late game punishers.
They played it here.
Yeah,
As
really?
Diamond Skin, they played it here. Yeah, I can still remember that match when they picked that. It was a bit of a better control from the opponent's team, but this is definitely a map where they have shown Samuro.
Sure.
I don't think it's someone you ban out in the first pick, but depending on what happens, a second ban against Samuro, if you feel that he provides that X factor that makes Granite Gaming contend on the map, then yeah, I could see that for sure.
Well, we'll see if that ban will even come online here as we getting ready for this matchup. Infernal Shrines has been a map that we constantly see, actually. The Zealots picked it the first couple of times, but this time we actually get it from Granite Gaming. They seem to enjoy the idea of ignoring the first Punisher and moving from there.
Yeah, both of the teams picked the map already in Phase 2. We had 2 losses for Zealots on Infernal Shrines and 1 loss for Granite Gaming, but both of them with a pick. Now we're starting things off with the ban on Medivh, and that shakes up everything immediately. Because now we're having both Genji and Tracer still on the map, so that already changes priorities here quite significantly.
Abathur and Medivh. So we have seen a little bit of Medivh from Nande. This is why you could see it on this map being banned out. Zealots electing to take him out. They might feel like they know something also from earlier scrims. Tracer and Genji, however, do get left open due to those bans.
And a Malfurion first pick. Everything is completely shaken up now.
Yep.
No early pick on Urel. We have Tracer and Genji both still open. Granite Gaming, I mean, now with... It's taking a bit of a guess because I'm not 100% certain how Memecraft values his heroes, but at this point, a Tracer Urel rotation for them, definitely not out of the question.
He has shown the Tracer already here in the HGC. He got it once.
For me, it's really the thought process is okay. Like, what kind of idea did you have coming into the map? Completely different setup, not even close to what I thought they would aim for. Diablo and Hanzo, so way more focused on the map objective than going for just having a strong meta composition and maybe getting those kills. They played Tracer against Fnatic, and that didn't look too bad. But right now, Diablo again taken on Infernal Shrines, and Hanzo. It's just, for Memecraft, it's Hanzo at this point.
And the Diablo coming online kind of makes it a little bit more difficult for Tracer to be picked, especially on this battleground. It's not really the best place for her to be. That click and point stun being available, it's something that can be annoying for her. But we have seen Chris put on a exceptional Tracer in the past, especially in the Western Clash. She played her a lot there.
I'm actually thinking more about Urel and Genji compositioning.
Yeah, I think you might even just let Tracer go through.
I mean, there's a couple of ways of how you can run this. You can, for example, still go into a double support comp. You can say, okay, we can take Tassadar and Tracer now. Then we have Malfurion, Tassadar, Tracer. That's great. You can completely ignore that and can say, hey, we take Urel again and have her on the solo lane. She's great for the Shrines too, and combo that off with Genji. And they take Urel, but instead of Genji for Quacknix, they're actually going into Phoenix. They still can flex Quacknix into either Falstad or Greymane. Can even throw in a Li Ming if they have to, if something is banned out here. But there was a lot of options available for them with that opening and with what Granite Gaming took. I could have totally seen them going to a double support Tracer setup.
I feel like this needs to be a ban on Genji here for Granite Gaming. Ooh, they just go for the Garrosh. Just to try and pull pressure off of Hanzo. I mean, Memecraft has been having a hard day with people trying to dive him, focusing him down. And Genji really allows for that to happen.
I don't think it's only about him, it's also Diablo when he gets flipped here. They want to make sure that raid boss is not too far and in too much trouble. Depending on where it happens, you can always shadow charge a minion and try and get out of that spot. But with Malfurion there and a root follow-up, I think that's what they were worried about. Also Hanzo.
Yep. Well, no Garrosh. Zealots will ban Alex Straza to make sure there is no shrine control. She has been a little bit popular as of late. We actually saw her played by Team Liquid.
Means also that Samuro is still in. Now, I'm not saying that Samuro is going to be, oh my god, they left Samuro up against Granite Gaming. It's going to be a Samuro.
What are they going to do?
But Granite Gaming in as Diamond Skin has shown Samuro here, and we've just seen the impact he had on the last map. But they already have a good setup to get just a Shrine combo. So Urel has been taken, yes, but you can still go for Blaze. Blaze was actually banned out in the first game that they played when they had a similar opening here. So yeah, Blaze would be good here. Could think about Sonya.
I like Sonya, now that you mention it.
You like Sonya in general.
Yeah, I'm a fan of Sonya on this battleground.
She's more aggressive. Like, that's one of the cool things about her, that she puts more damage in on point. Like, she's
Yep.
a lot more aggressive in that sense.
Just like how she can just say, I control the shrine phase, and you have to make sure that you save your sons for me. Granite Gaming takes away Genji, and they grab a Deckard Kane as well. So now they have the Shimada brothers. They got an old man to help out if any engagements do come in from Zealots.
I mean, in terms of offlaner, there's so much that they can take here still. Blaze, Dehaka, Sonya, all fit.
What class gonna play?
I think Greymane is still a good option for them. You have Muradin. If you don't care too much about the wave clear, if you feel okay, we have enough, then you can go into Muradin here. Could still see a Johanna also picked if you really feel that's going to add enough value for you.
Greymane gives you Shrine Clear, also dive ability with Urel. Thanks to heals or even armor at level 4. Same variation of the two.
I think Greymane is likely for Quacknix. It's just a front line that I'm not quite sure what exactly they're going to play. There's still too many options open.
I could see Falstad just because it's Quack.
Yeah.
Muradin and Greymane though. They do it.
Alright, going Muradin here. Johanna's actually fallen off for Europe a bit.
Alright, Granite Gaming, what are you going to give for our 5th pick here? Just top laner. Does Malphite make sense at all here? That's a little bit too squishy, isn't it? Leoric could work. Sonya still fine for me.
Johanna's fallen completely for us in Europe right now. I don't know, like, for me personally, I currently look at it and I'm like, okay, do they have another X Factor pick where they can just, like, throw Zealots off a bit? Because in the very standard game in game 1, Zealots look just stronger. So I feel Granite Gaming might need that extra bit of, okay, there's something different about this and you can't adjust to. But outside of that, I would say go into Blaze. If you don't go for that, then I feel Blaze is a great pick here. Leo, okay, I mean, Leo allows you...
Wave clear and setup.
Once you have your 20, it's fantastic against Phoenix as well, but if you... I mean, I would assume that they're going into Entomb here. But once they have had 20, it's going to be great for them. But before 20, I mean, if you try and get something against Urel, she jumps out, Muradin jumps out, Phoenix jumps out. Is that March? Are we really going March here?
I don't know, you can still play for that late game. Especially with Lightning Breath. You get the two mixed together at level 20, and you can destroy a target next strike too.
Yeah, but whenever a sentence in a competitive game starts with...
Can he get to 20?
If you get level 20, then I'm like...
well...
Not sold on that. I mean, yes, if you get that far, that's amazing. Then if you get with this to 20 and you get buried alive and you lock down Phoenix or anyone else, you can just like body them.
Yeah.
Especially as you said with Lightning Breath now too. But before that, everybody hops out unless you get onto Malfurion. Or you can lock Greymane down, so if you get the two of them, then yeah, maybe.
I just feel like they have decent shrine control. Diablo and Hanzo. Leo can use rotate up. If they don't want to deal with it, they have double soak ability.
But where's the big argument for Leoric over Blaze? Is it just that you can leech on Muradin?
Yeah. You handle Muradin pretty well. If we ever do have a Phoenix that's aggressive and goes in for the top board early, you can punish that too. Also, locking down a Malfurion with Entomb isn't the worst thing in the world. Let's go into it. On the left side in the blue, it's going to be Chris on Phoenix, Quacknix on Greymane, Robodoba on Muradin, Zarmony on Urel, and Chad playing Malfurion.
And to the right side, Granite Gaming with Memecraft. Guess what? He's on Hanzo. Darkmork is on Leoric. We have Wolfjaw on the support role. Again with Deckard Kane here for the second time. Raid boss this time on Diablo. Instead of the last game, Muradin. And Nanda finds himself not on Samuro, but we have him on Genji.
Have you looked at Memecraft yet, by the way, to realize that he looks like Benedict Cumberbatch? Have you followed up on that at all? I talked about last week.
I haven't followed up on it, but I mean, I see his... I haven't consciously really looked for the comparison between the two of them, but every single time I see him, it doesn't trigger anything, so I'm just saying that's not a thing.
Don't worry, I'm asking production if we can pull this up really quick. I don't know if we can or not. Yeah, we'll pull it up in a second.
Yeah, let's focus on the important things.
That is the important things. Zarmony is actually having some pressure here from Nande and Leo in the top left corner. It's only for like 2 seconds, but I swear, dude, every time I see it, I feel like I'm watching Sherlock Holmes every time.
I'm currently just thinking if there's any... No. I got nothing. All right, we're gonna have that in a moment, I assume, but for now, we're having just a bit of rotation games going on. I mean, the solo lane up at the top, we're currently just seeing Ural going up against the Oregon. This is going to be what I'm watching out for later. What does he give to the composition outside of him having buried alive on 20? Because I think this is really where the question is, how much value can they get out of that? That being said, Mirrodin going into the stacking process now too, so he has a perfect storm on his level 1 instead of going for a third wind. Or even potentially block.
So helpful against Genji once you get stacked up. Or any squishy, that is, just to help blow them up, with Grammy following up afterwards. Having that perfect storm damage is always wonderful. So we'll watch out for that. Keep an eye on it. You do lose sustainability a little bit, not being able to jump out of the fight, regroup, get healed up, and go back in, but always a blow potential. Mercant's being grabbed here for Zealots. They'll be looking to pressure the bottom lane a little bit.
Talking about blow potential, we could also, by the way, just see an Apocalypse here.
Yeah?
I mean, yes, you would expect Lightning Breath. It's the go-to talent right now, but the old school combo was that you would lead with an Hanzo Arrow and you trigger the Apocalypse to get the stun set up and just the chain going. So even with Entomb, that's still something that could happen here if they feel that it would, for example, let's say allow them to go to Grey Lane or onto Malfurion and then get a kill.
Ooh, Darkmock getting a nice full drain hope there. Doesn't matter though, Zarmony will heal on up. Mr. Riel's kit. Zealots working on the middle lane here as they start to push in. Feels like Granite Gaming is kind of waiting for the later opportunities. Level 4, of course, be online for Genji, gives him that ability to find a couple of kills if someone is to overstep, Greymane or Malfurion in particular.
Yeah, he can definitely hold his own up at the top, and we see again both teams going straight for the camps.
So I can't show you Minecraft there, but doesn't he look like the Benedict Cumberbatch a little bit?
So we have the picture actually here on our second monitor, just so that...
A little bit. Right, at first glance?
Yeah, if he gets a good haircut.
Yeah, I mean, Benedict has like no hair. Well, I guess he does. I don't know, man. I feel like he could be his lost son.
We need to keep it up a little bit longer next time we introduce him now.
Yeah, next time we introduce Memecraft, I'm gonna make you guys all look. All right, fight over the shrine here, 7-1.
We give him a cape.
Yeah, you're thinking about it now, right?
The cape would sell it to me.
Memecraft Cumberpatch. That's his name from now on. 11-4, 13-4. Granite Gaming controlling the point well. The explosive arrows helping out a lot. Neo Peasants as well being great here. Darkmock, however, getting caught out and missing the Drain Hope. It's kind of big.
Yeah, and they are completely invading. Zealots are taking the position now. They're still behind in minion stacks, but Granite Gaming is waiting this out for now. If they actually hit 20, the more I look at it, that 20 would be insane. Around Deckard Kane with the bottomless blast. Now, on the other hand, they're trying to get the early game kill. Raid Boss went deep for it, though, and might fall as a result. Doba and Zarmony are both on him. And Wolfjo is also low, but barely keeps himself alive. Grabs the globe now.
This is close.
Moving out, Darkmock, 34-35. It looks like Zealots have it.
Zealots able to fight back, get with the clear, and also secure a kill. They'll be getting the first Punisher of the game. And meanwhile, in the top lane, they have the Bruiser camp consistently pushing out, putting some damage on that fort. It got the turret, it got the gate. It's also got this gate, or turret down to half health. They may actually get that cleaned up before Leora cleans it up. Zealots, meanwhile, in the middle lane, push forward. They get a root. They fall up on Diablo. Raid Boss tries to charge away. Can he buy some time? He does, thanks to Wolfjo.
It was a good follow-up from the Zealots, trying to get that kill, but Raid Boss played it well, moved onto the bottom, shadow charged away from them. But now there's the second stun being procced on under this time. No follow-up, but this is insane value that they are getting out of this. Zealots are just absolutely dominating this early game, and it's actually getting crazy because they are a level ahead. They just destroyed an entire wall plus the fort with the first Punisher in the game.
Typically, yeah, you don't get a fort in the early game, but because of that Night Camp in the top pushing in and two people going in to clear that up at the start of the Punisher pushing in, Zealots realized, okay, let's go ahead and commit. They committed. Got Diablo low on health. Diablo had to pull away.
Yeah, but Phoenix wasn't even there.
Yeah, allowed to clean it up.
Phoenix actually even moved to the bot lane and put some pressure onto the wall there, so...
Even more impressive.
Yeah, Zealots did extremely well. That was brutal start for Granite Gaming. They nearly took the Punisher too. They were just a few stacks away, a few of those minions away before they could grab it, but Zealots go in, take it aggressively, push them back. And now we're looking at a game where Granite Gaming will have to try and catch up, and that's not going to be easy considering how significant that lead in XP is already.
It's all in game one, though. They can have moments. They can find the opportunity to get that engage they want. A full level behind, as you mentioned. Very unfortunate for them, but something they have to work through.
To be honest, I think Granite Gaming is now right in their comfort zone.
Yeah.
We're level behind, boys. A plan is going well. Level behind, let's make sure that we get that combat kill.
There's not a fan of like empty space. They're like, I need to be in a room consistently, hugging a wall.
I mean, they're always doing that, right? They are behind, and then they somehow find that kill that allows them to get back into it. That's kind of where their sweet spot is.
12 more levels, and they'll have 20 too. That's what we're looking for.
Yeah, it's only 12 more levels, boys. Let's go.
12 is a smaller number than 13. That's all I'm saying. 8boss actually goes in for an engage. Oh, he tried to get the pickup on Chris, but couldn't flip him over, and he's getting punished here. Luckily, able to get towards that fountain and tap on up, thanks to that Devil's Due. He's going to be able to hold on just fine, but Zealots at level 10, and they're going to take this opportunity.
It would have been a horrible kill against Diablo, because just as he was about to, it looked like, okay, he can maybe fall here, he also completed his quest. That's like the worst moment ever. You complete the quest for the first time super early, the death timers are still insanely low, then you fall and you lost all the stacks for basically nothing. So yeah, that was good that he survived there. But Zealots with that level 10, they do exactly what they need to do. You have an advantage, a big one, talent advantage, heroic advantage, and they force the fort and take it down, and that's fantastic for them. They take level 11 any second now. Granite Gaming is far behind. It's just now trying to get their own level 10, and they might even lose Nanda here, and yeah, that's more or less a guarantee. And Nanda is down. Should be back, will be back in time for the Shrine, but that's really that's the Shrine that Granite Gaming, I mean, let's be honest about it. They kind of have to win this one, or they are going to get snowballed even more than it's already the case.
Zealots make a bit of an adjustment on your rail, by the way, moving it into a Sacred Ground at level 10. As they jump on top of Darkmok, Chris Bullock comes out, Robodoba chases. Root isn't here in time, and Darkmok is able to escape. Sacred Ground, though, if you would like to adjust your build a little bit to be in spots where you're going to be fighting for a long time, it's a low cooldown, 40 seconds. Able to spam it out and really hold your space. You have to be careful against Diablo here, who can knock you out of it, but Zarmony looking to have that armor.
This is an Arcane Punisher too, so that makes it even worse, and it's the bot lane, so they're going to push for keep with this if the Zealots get it. Granite Gaming needs to make sure that they're doing something here. And Tomb is being dropped, not really too much here. The arrow on the other hand is decent. There comes the salvo, lightning breath coming through as well. Stay a while. Nanda with the Dragon Blade trying to blade through here, but Zarmony is still absolutely peachy with his 10 active the entire time.
Tranquility keeping Fightinix alive, getting top off as well. And as you mentioned, the Sacred Ground allows Zarmony to hold that front line. Punisher gets grabbed, and Zealots are going to make a play for this keep wall, already heading straight down there. And with the Wombo coming up being available for Granite Gaming, missing out on the Lightning Breath, their arrow for about 35 seconds. This defense could be difficult.
I like the move, getting the camp before you defend, just simply because you will either force someone to peel off or the opponent will lose structures top lane. The problem is with Irel now rotating between the lanes, she should be able to deal with this, and down here, it might not result in the keep being taken out, but it's definitely going to do a lot of damage and open it up for future pushes.
Look at this maneuver by Robodoba. It's something you can do if you're a tank player at home. Break down that side wall and get near that Punisher. One, so you can follow up the stun CC that comes out from the Punisher, but two, so you make the opponents back up and your assassins can put damage on the keep. And Zealots do just that. They get it down to a little over half health. Punisher should be able to get a couple more shots in there, but now we have a bruised keep.
Yeah, and Tempo Storm just learned in North America yesterday how strong an Arcane Punisher is, and that's something that Granite Gaming has to respect here too. Those Arcane Sentries are no joke, and the keep survives, but it's so low that Zealots at any point when they win a team fight can move down and take it and maybe even go further than that. And then you look at the experience and you realize they are 2 levels ahead, just claiming the 13 talent as we speak. Granite Gaming are in a world of pain here.
9 more levels.
Yeah, it's a good point.
They're almost there. Graving being here too is always someone that poses that threat of moving in and moving for that keep, especially with Quacknix beyond the hero. So Granite Gaming will have to worry about that, and they are respecting that idea too. Putting multiple members in the bottom lane, Decker Kane, Diablo, Hanzo, helping out the wave clear. Thanks to that explosive arrow from Hanzo, should make it harder for them to move in. Zealots, though, with his 13 town advantage, they're threatening.
Quacknix now with the Unfettered Assault on 13, so the cooldown reduction in particular is going to help him quite a bit to get the stacks on those shrines even faster and clear those. and they are pushing in heavily. Here comes the arrow, and that was just not good enough. Quacknix survives, at least for now. The Entomb is actually decent, but Quack still able to jump out. Stay a while, listen, keeps him in place a little bit longer. Darkmog is trying to confirm that kill, doesn't get it though. Shed with the Tranquility is keeping everyone alive, but Granite Gaming saves the keep.
They save the keep, and they may be able to find a kill here. Chris gets brought to the side here. He's starting to kite on out. Zarmany buying a lot of space for his team. Granite Gaming thinking about chasing, but Darkmog can't quite get up on top of his opponents. Would have a slow available, but Robodobo will be able to jump on out, so they decide to let him go.
Call me impressed.
They defend.
They defend, yeah, they actually pull it off. And they will have their level 13 talents for the next shrine. They still got a chance. I think if they seriously, if they continue the style of play, then we have to reconsider the spirit animal of the Monkey Menagerie, because originally there was the cockroach, because you could never kill them; they were always coming back. But right now, I think that Granite Gaming might try to steal that status away from them.
And be warranted, that's for sure.
Yeah,
it's definitely a mascot that you can pass around.
And I have also to admit that I think for the Monkey Menagerie, this phase, a Bonobo would also be an adequate spirit animal.
Entomb on Zarmany, he pops Sacred Ground. Arrow comes out too. They're putting everything in the rail. Can they kill Rail? Can they get her? Zarmany has to jump in a second here. Oh my gosh, he gets out. The Drain Hope is not enough. And Granite Gaming, they go for a pick, but they cannot secure it.
I would be so pissed.
The
Sacred Ground is pretty good. The 40 extra armor definitely keeping Urel alive. Yeah.
The sick color, Yvel.
Even with the arrow being sacrificed, I mean, you get the arrow to the face and they can't get the kill. The problem is that you now bursted out a lot of cooldowns and the shrine is just now activating. So the hope was really just get the one kill and then we can go for the objective. And instead they're now forcing a fight where they have still cooldowns that they need to wait for.
And it's up again, the Sacred Ground, that low cooldown, 40 seconds. She uses it to help start clearing out the shrine. Zarmany holding that front line as well as he can. Don't even need Muradin here. Zarmany continues to slow down everyone that tries to come on in. But Granite Gaming is going to force the issue. Big stay a while. Listen though.
Yeah, really well done. And the kill, Greymane is down. Granite Gaming once again. They're pulling it off. They're trying to go for Zarmany, and this time they might actually get him. There comes another quick arrow. And down she goes. Urel is dead. And Granite Gaming is making it work. A level behind and all of a sudden back to business. It's like... it's such a consistent theme with these guys. Every time they're 1 or 2 levels behind, they all of a sudden find the kills.
They get a Punisher. They'll be up on this turret. 6 levels away from that level 20. Female force a combo. They still have that lightning breath. They can charge in at any point if they want to and try and slow down anyone that might be out of position. Shad would be a nice target for them, a juicy one. Leo has to deal with the bottom lane though, and the threat of that keep falling is definitely a real one.
And again, the level 20 is scary. It's very scary. Buried Alive is just brutal. And then for Shrine fights, Deckard Cain with the Bottomless Flask is just absolutely perfect. It's so difficult to make anything happen against him. So Granite Gaming is on the way to make that reality. They have level 16 now. They're absolutely dead even with the Zealots and experience. And they're even trying to get a bit ahead by dropping the top wall.
Now they're buying a little bit of time here. Robodub's going to move in and try to hit the Stormbolt. So strike out. Ooh, nice little dip there from Nande as he dodges out on that Stormbolt coming in.
Yeah, that was an important one to dodge. Greymane, on the other hand, has started to rotate into the mid lane anyway, so he wasn't there for damage. Quacknix is trying to get the XP there. It's not really a kill-heavy game. We have only 4 kills. It was just that early game that allowed Zealots to get such a massive lead because they were able to get so much damage onto the mid lane with the first Punisher, dropping not only the wall but the fort. But now we're all caught up here, as Granite Gaming is on eye level with the Zealots in Game 3.
Now they are 16.5 to 16 and slightly 3/4 here. Zarmany goes in, puts some damage on Darkmog. He'll be able to go into Spooky Ghost, slow down that damage a little bit here. Even thinking about maybe moving in for an Entomb. Decides against it though. Zarmany continues to want to fight.
I mean, I can tell you a little bit about our Lord and Savior, Ominous Wraith.
Oh yeah? What?
Fantastic talent on Leorigon level 13. So what it does is you try to hit everyone, especially with Royal Focus synergy coming in on 16, to reduce the damage output. And that's fantastic against Greymane and Phoenix. But here comes the Entomb. They're going in for it again. Sacred Ground is there. And here comes the Lightning Grab. Arrow on the way back. Quacknix goes down as Nanda confirms the kill with the Dragon Blade.
Beamcraft is here on the back line, so Nanda goes in with the Dragon Blade. But the moment Chris steps back, he's going to go ahead and strike straight to Zarmany. Zarmany's low on health, and even with the Sacred Ground, it's not sacred enough. Raid Boss starting to move in, wants to find another combo, but Shad is going to be the main target here for Granite Gaming. Darkmog even stepping up with the body blocks. Here comes Raid Boss. Can he toss him over? Shad is dancing, but Nande says that's enough, goes in and gets a kill.
Granite Gaming says 40 armor. We don't think so. They move in and you're gonna fall anyways. 3 kills as Granite Gaming takes the lead in experience, takes the map control, grabs the camps, and completely turns this game on its head.
Granite Gaming defiling the sacred grounds here.
I mean, seriously, how many times have we talked about...
Oh no!
Uh-oh, staggered death is really not what he wants here. Robot, Dober. Oh, okay. Gets out.
Nande comes over, but shouldn't get the kill, but still getting that avatar
Yeah.
popped up, and that's nice.
And again, how many times have we talked about how on Inferno Shrines you can really end up being snowballed? There's like an avalanche building up because you're always playing against the talent tier advantage of an opponent. And Granite Gaming just doesn't care. They're levels behind, they have a stats disadvantage, they still find a quick kill, they take it. And no matter how far behind they are, they always believe in their chances to turn this around and look for opportunities, and eventually they find them. It's actually impressive. Zealots had a fantastic early game, but then they made a few tiny mistakes that Granite Gaming could exploit, and Granite Gaming will always be there and make exactly that a reality. So right now, they are ahead in experience, and they're starting to walk into the top shrine position to take the early lead here and to take a bit of a positional advantage. Problem, of course, still remains that with what we said before, the bottom keep being this low, Zealots can now get an easy keep.
Deckard Cain is here for defense.
Oh yeah, he's going to do a fantastic shot.
Yeah, he'll yell at him, "Get off my lawn!"
Get off my lawn!
But the lawn is destroyed.
Show some respect for the elderly. When I was young, back in my time, we would have never just backed on a keep.
They get the keep, and Granite Gaming is actually thinking about going for more. And once it comes out, Nature's Cure will make sure that Chris can get down. He puts some damage on top of Wolf Joe, but Nande comes around from the left.
Camp at the top lane is getting value for Granite Gaming in the meantime, and they already have the 20
Arrow.
lead. Arrow, the Entomb against Quacknix. Tranquility is there. Nande with the damage output. They want Quack, but they do not get him. But they might actually get Harmony. Gets stunned. Sacred Crown is not enough, and he falls.
Nande gets a reset. Salvo comes out. Darkbot gets a heal at the last minute, though, and he is just fine. Robodoba trying to retreat. Chris also dropping down any slows that he can. But Raid Boss is about to have a charge up, and if he can get on that tasty Phoenix, he'll do it. He hops in. He gets the flip. Minecraft comes in and gets the damage out too, and Nande, he's not done either as he goes for the back line.
Granite Gaming is destroying them right now. The top fort, as I mentioned already, has now fallen to the camp, and that camp is pushing towards keep. And just to remind you, that is the keep that will be attacked by the Punisher, where Granite Gaming has already half the minions, and they are close to 20.
One more level. Buried alive.
Buried alive. I mean, already they're winning these fights, but Buried Alive is going to be absolutely brutal for the Zealots. Then, of course, Dragon becomes me. There's so many insane talents that we now have on 20 for Granite Gaming. The scaling on their end is just better. Zealots have a lot of good Storm talents, no question about it. But it just doesn't measure up, in my opinion, to what Granite Gaming is going to have once they hit their Storm talents.
This is an Arcane Punisher too.
Yeah, Arcane Punisher, top lane, 20. I mean, that's keep for sure, unless there's a miracle flank happening with an insta-kill against 1-2 heroes. But the problem really is that it might not end at the keep. It might actually go straight for core here.
Yowzer. This looks scary. Zealots.
So they're faking the beast, by the way. They're trying to start the beast, and they cancel them continuously because they are afraid of a backdoor from the Zealots at the bot lane. Because they also think they can end here. So they think if Zealots are desperate enough, they might go for it. But they had vision from Nande.
Darkmonk has it. Silence at 2 hits 2 people. Urel's being focused down. She's low on health. Urel taking damage, trying to get through. She's getting the heals. She falls. Urel will be hit by arrows from Hanzo. The keep is next as Granite Gaming turns around and puts some damage down.
And they're just going for it. I mean, this is insane. Granite Gaming, they're just going for the win here. And of course, they had to Punisher baited into the middle. That was fantastic. That actually can keep the core alive maybe long enough. The Zealots muster up their defense here. Punisher is going for that second keep. But Granite Gaming, they're saying, we go for core. We got this, boys. 30 seconds until Urel is back, and the core is falling slowly and steadily down to 65% already.
Robodoba trying to buy some time. He has to heal up again. Quacknix goes in, puts some damage on Nande, but Nande deflecting it is just fine. Wolfjoe will be the next target. The Punisher comes in to help out. Deckard Cain will fall, but it does not matter. Granite Gaming going up in the series 2-1 over the Zealots.
They take the lead. I mean, once 20 is there, they are already in a powerful spot, but I'm more impressed that before that, they already won, I think it was the previous 3 team fights that they won there.
Darkmok able to find a couple of entombs, even with the mobility available for the Zealots, and then the arrows, especially on that bottom shrine face, really helping out Memecraft once again, finding his moments to help his team secure a couple kills.
It's just, I mean, it's